You need to let go of silence in this season of your soul's journey. All right. Hello, welcome or welcome back to Soul Whispers with Michelle. I'm so happy to have you here with me. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate deep within or you're fighting this story in any sort of way, please leave it behind for the souls that it's meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from what is not yours. And so it is. All right, my friends. So this is interesting because the other part of this, by the way, was like, okay, are you also moving away from like answers, the key? You know, a lot of times being in silence is what brings those pieces. So we'll get more into it, but let's see what season of life you're moving into. I should say, if that was enough of a soul whisper for you and you have what you need and that was that, I ask you to hit the like button on your way out. I really appreciate you being here. And if you'd like to dive more in and just see what else is going on within this, because I'm very curious now, let's do that. All right. So what season of life are you currently in? We have forgiveness. Well, that makes sense. So I'm like, silence from what? We'll see what happens here, but this is giving me the feeling. I don't know why I'm laughing. I apologize. I don't apologize. I don't know. Okay, here we go. You're moving in this season of forgiveness. It's so like, I know that this is like almost nauseating to say because it's overstated, but it's overstated because it is true. Forgiveness is not only beneficial to the person that you are apologizing to, but it is more beneficial to you. Because if you don't apologize for it, you're like trapped in this cage of shame and guilt, and it doesn't allow, it limits you. And so you're in the season of forgiving in order to set yourself free. It's not just you, okay, but this is your soul's whisper, right? And what's next for your soul's journey. So yeah. And the fact that we're moving away from silence, it's like you can't, it's almost giving this feeling like you can't be mad at them forever. You can't not talk to them forever. You know, I guess it's giving me this feeling of you need to make a decision. And I feel like that's going to set you free either way. You can still forgive somebody and decide that you're not going to continue the same relationship that you have with them. All right. So let's see what you're moving towards. This is interesting. Authenticity. Moving towards authenticity. Also feels like a deep rebirth here with all the butterflies in that picture. It also speaks of really transforming yourself. And I think that there's a deep transformation for you with this healing, with what, like being able to forgive this person, this experience, this situation. I don't know right now. I don't have a feel on what it is that you need to forgive, but there is a forgiveness. You're in the season of forgiving, moving away from silence, which means it gives me like you can't leave this on the back burner. There needs to be a decision here. And you need to see that there needs to be a decision, because right now it feels to me like you're not freed from this cage. It feels like you're still in it. And you need to break some sort of silence in order to transform, in order to be more authentic. The purpose of this current season is for you to experience or learn to release. That feels exactly like to release the burden of whatever this pain point was. I just feel like sometimes people don't understand that when you are holding a grudge about someone else, you think that it's hurting them or that it, but it's not. The energy of the grudge is saying, I'm not moving on past this pain. I'm not moving on past this situation. Now, you, like I said about the forgiveness, you can forgive someone and be like, I'm not going to do X again. And it's not that you don't forgive them for what they did. It's no, I gained wisdom from that experience, and now I know when I'm in connection with you or in your vicinity, this is how we have to act, or this is how it has to be. Okay. Um, and it's releasing the pain, releasing the emotionality behind it, and just addressing what happened. Because there could be, like, what happened could have happened because it was your soul's journey to release yourself from this person. And in a weird, very strange way, it's almost having gratitude for this person, because if they didn't act that way, you would still be attached to them. And so them acting the way they did allowed you to detach, but you're still not completely detached because you're holding this grudge. So I do feel like that's a heavy energy for this reading. So if this doesn't feel like that fits you vibrationally anywhere within your life, I really get the feeling this is not your whisper. If you still want to follow along though, go for it. I would never tell you really what to do or not to do. I just like to give you the messages that I'm receiving, really. Okay, so you are being asked to embody, and we have fun. I like that. Have fun. Yeah. You know, sometimes if we hold the grudge, it takes away that lighter spirit, right? That childlike, playful essence within us, because we're so serious, and you know, we're just so kind of bogged down by the lower frequency emotional vibrations. Yeah, and it's like, just have fun, you know? Just have fun. Don't take life too seriously. We don't make it out alive. That seems to be the essence that wants to come through here. I know that's not always the case. We do have seasons of life where I feel that being serious is actually what is needed. This is specific to this particular season of your soul's journey. Okay. If you move with this change, you will experience via family. That's interesting. The feeling I got right away with this is that you're going to experience a very deep connection with, it could be a network, because we're talking about family. It could be a family, like your, you know, husband, wife, or, well, yeah, in this, I guess it's wife, but whatever. It can be your immediate family unit is basically what I'm saying, or it can actually be like a friend group, a tribe group, or a like a network that you have or are creating. But I feel like you will experience having more connection with people when you forgive and you release this. If you resist this, you're going to experience solitude. Well, isn't that interesting? Sometimes I just, man, love the way this plays out. But it goes to show it's like the exact opposite energy. So if you want to experience the connection, you have to forgive. And whether you forgive and release the relationship, or you forgive and move on and evolve the relationship, that's cool too. It's either you make a decision, but if you resist, that's so funny. I was noticing the fox in the background, which does speak to me a little bit about trickery. So it's almost like if you resist, it feels like you're tricking yourself. And it also feels like you will be in solitude. If you can't learn to forgive, you're going to just experience being alone. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, but the essence I'm getting from this is that's not really what you desire. At least not currently. It's not what your soul seems to desire. Where are we at here? Right now, it would be helpful to leadership. Take the lead. So with this forgiveness, even if this person hasn't apologized, I feel like this is you taking the lead because you're involved in this too. If they don't apologize, it is what it is. Either they're not going to, or you're going to force them to. I don't mean force them to. Let me rephrase it. You will create an environment in which they will apologize, is what I'm saying. But you need to take the leadership to say, when this happened, this is how this created this. I don't like this. Can we work in this in a different way? It's that type of a thing. And you may find out, one or two things are going to happen. It's like you're either, let me say, one of the benefits that can come out of that is any miscommunications that happen can now have a chance to go be in the open. How many times have we cut ourselves off from people to find out later that there was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding, and had it been addressed years earlier, like you wouldn't have lost so much time with somebody. So I really feel like that this is for you to step up and to have this conversation. And then the mindset that will support you through this season, we have knowledge. Isn't that funny though? Because I was just saying that having this conversation just allows more knowledge to come, right? Knowledge of the situation. You know your perspective. You know what happened from your perspective. What about theirs? And can you find some truth in the middle? And then again, find a way to forgive, release, and then move on. But it does seem like, because we keep talking about communication and talking, you need to move away from the silence. That's the key to figuring out, or moving forward, I should say. That's the key to moving forward. And then how you're going to know that this phase is concluded and you're entering the next phase of your soul's journey, we have trust. I feel like this is a trust in yourself. Interesting. It's like a trust in knowing who to trust. This interesting feeling here. Like knowing who to be attached to in a way. There's more here. Let me let it come out. There's something here with trusting people, but more so it's like you can trust the people that you are letting in. And I don't know what that's about, but this is the feeling I get that you'll know, is that you're starting to trust more people. This seems very significant. I will also say that part of the reason that I feel you're going to be able to trust more people is because of the wisdom that you gain from this current season of life that you're in. From being able to talk with people, to see what their motives are, to feel if it's good, right, and true. Like you can hear a frequency, right? You can feel, I should say, you can feel a frequency in people's voice. So I feel like this is a trust for you because you are choosing more trustworthy people to enter your life. And again, also because you can trust yourself to almost not get as attached to other people. And not because you're not in not because you're not in connection with them, but ultimately I think it's because you will trust yourself more. So it's like other people can't let you down because you put more trust in yourself than you do in them, if that makes sense. This is how you'll know you're into this new phase within your soul's journey. If this supported you and you would like to support me back, my Venmo and PayPal are located in the description. If you would like to support me in a free way, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel, do just that. And I really appreciate your support. Until the next whisper, my friends.